When you're watching a football match, it's so easy to just follow the ball, right? But here's the thing. Some of the most important, game-changing moments are actually happening nowhere near it. It's a silent, tactical chess match of pure positioning.
Yeah, this quote absolutely nails it. So much of the crucial work is done off the ball. And in this explainer, we're going to peel back the layers on one of the most vital, yet kind of invisible tactical ideas in the modern game, the art of pinning. This is how the top teams, like Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, consistently unlock even the tightest, most organized defenses.
Okay, so what is pinning exactly? Well, think of it this way. It's when an attacking player deliberately positions themselves to basically lock a defender in place. They become a tactical anchor. By standing in a certain spot, they force a defender to stay with them, which means that defender can't go help out a teammate or step up to pressure the ball. It's a subtle move for sure, but its impact is huge because you're literally manipulating the other team's defensive shape.
Right, so pinning isn't just one single action. It's a whole concept that can be used in a few different ways. Let's break down how attacking players actually do this to control where defenders are allowed to go.
So you've basically got two main static forms of pinning. There's horizontal pinning, which is all about stretching the pitch wide, from side to side. And then you have vertical pinning, which is all about stretching the pitch long from front to back. Both are designed to do the same thing, pull a defense apart at the seams.
Let's dig into horizontal pinning first. Just picture a winger standing way out wide, practically hugging the touchline. Now, their job in that moment might not even be to get the ball. It might just be to be there. By staying so wide, they force the opposing fullback to make a choice. Stay wide with me or tuck in and risk it. This simple act stretches the entire backline, and poof, passing lanes magically open up in those central areas for your midfielders.
And then we've got vertical pinning. This is the classic striker's bread and butter. Think of a player like Erling Haaland, constantly living on the shoulder of the last defender. By doing that, he forces that center back to stay deep. They can't step up into midfield to join the press, because if they do, they leave acres of space behind them for a run. This simple positioning protects his own team's midfielders, giving them that extra second of time and that extra yard of space to build an attack.
And the third method is what we call dynamic pinning. This isn't about standing still. This is all about movement. It's a signature of teams like Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. So you'll see an attacker make a sharp, dangerous run behind the defense. The defender has a split second to react. Do they follow that run? Because if they do, they leave their post, and a massive gap just opens up between the defensive lines for a teammate to run into. It's a beautiful coordinated move designed to pull one specific defender completely out of position.
So we know how it's done, but what's the actual point? What's the end goal here? Well, it's pretty simple. It's all about creating unfair fights, generating space where there shouldn't be any, and engineering tactical overloads. Let's look at a really clear example of how this works. Check this out. One single player can create a numbers-up situation somewhere else. So by having your striker vertically pin a center back, you've effectively taken that defender right out of the midfield battle. All of a sudden, what might have been an even 2-on-2 fight in the middle of the park becomes a 3-on-2 overload for your team. And with that advantage, it's so much easier to progress the ball. And this advantage shows up in a few key ways. First, like we just saw, you get those juicy numerical overloads. Second, you can create isolated matchups. You can use pinning to pull defenders away from your best dribbler, basically engineering a pure one-on-one for them to exploit. And third, it totally unbalances the defense. If the whole defensive block shifts over to one side, pinning on the far side keeps a player free and wide open for a quick switch of play. Now, while pretty much any player can pin an opponent, let's be real, certain positions are fundamentally built around this responsibility. These guys are the true architects of space on the field. First up, the winger. Their main job is horizontal pinning. By hugging that touchline, they provide the team's width. Their entire job is to constantly ask the opposing fullback a question. Hey, are you going to stay out here with me, or are you going to tuck inside and leave me all the space? Whichever choice that defender makes, it's a win for the attacking team. Then, of course, you have the striker. These are the masters of vertical pinning. Their constant presence on that last line of defense occupies at least one, and a lot of the time, two central defenders. They're like a gravitational force, holding the entire defensive line back and preserving all that crucial vertical space for their teammates to play in. And we can't forget the attacking midfielder. Their role is so unique. By floating in that awkward space between the opponent's defenders and midfielders, they can actually pin multiple players at once. A player like Kevin De Bruyne is the king of this. The center back doesn't know whether to step up, the midfielder doesn't know if they should drop back, and all that indecision is exactly what creates openings for everyone else.
Okay, so let's zoom out for a second. In today's game, teams defend in these incredibly organized, compact blocks. Just passing the ball around the outside isn't going to cut it anymore. Pinning has become absolutely essential. It's truly the foundation of almost every successful modern attack.
And to really understand why it's so important, let's just flip the question. What happens when a team fails to pin the opposition? What does that actually look like on the pitch?
Well, the consequences are pretty severe. Without attackers holding their positions and pinning defenders, those defenders are free to roam. They can just shift across the field and easily snuff out any danger. The defensive block gets super compact, super narrow, and all those passing lanes into the middle just disappear. The attacking team loses its shape, its balance, and the whole attack just fizzles out.
So really, when you boil it all down, pinning is about one thing: control. It's how an attacking team imposes its will on a defense. It lets them dictate where defenders have to stand, which in turn lets them create the exact attacking conditions they want to score. It's about making the defense play your game, not the other way around.
So the next time you're watching a match, try this. Take your eyes off the ball for a moment. Look for that player standing still out wide, or the striker just lurking on the last defender. They're not being lazy. They're being tactical. They are the architects of space. And now that you can see it, it really makes you wonder, who's the best master of this hidden art that you've ever seen play?